Hey guys, thanks for watching. I wanted to go through some simple math to make arbitrage easier for you, especially live arbitrage betting. It's important to understand the math really well to be able to do it quickly. And it's actually really simple. I mean, it's basic level math. Um, American odds make arbitrage betting really easy, and I'm going to show you how. So, if you understand American odds super well, you can skip through a couple minutes in this video. I'm going to go through the basics first and then kind of go through how that relates to arbitrage betting and how we can utilize that for arbitrage, both pre-game and live, but especially in live. So, first things first, simplistically, if you have a plus 110 in American odds, if you put $100 on that plus 110, you're going to get 110 in winnings for a total out of 210. If you get a plus 120, it would make your winnings 120 and you get out a total of 220. Just simple American odds. That's just how it works. This is with underdogs. So for you get a little bit more for your money because the sportsbook think that's less likely to happen than a favorite. So on the other side of things, say you have a minus 130. This is how they kind of portray favorites. If you put $130 on this, you'll win $100 for a total out of 230. It's the same thing if this was minus 180, you'd have to put $180 to get out $100 for a total out of 280. All right, so that's a simple example. They work quite differently, but they're obviously related. And so here's how we use that for arbitrage. So simply speaking, if a plus is ever, if the numbers after a plus are ever more than numbers after a minus on two opposite sides of a bet. So say this is on team one. Sorry for my handwriting. And this is team two. One of those outcomes is going to happen. One of those is going to win, and the other is going to lose, right? So you know that if you bet on both sides in this situation, that positive is more than the minus, you're going to make money. All right, so I'll kind of explain why. So let me move that a little bit so you guys can see it better. All right, so let's take a different one. So 175 plus 175 minus 150. Once again, that plus is more than the minus. The 175 itself is more than the 150. You know that's an arbitrage bet. So I'm going to show you a couple different examples of how we can take advantage of this arbitrage. So I always recommend, and this is a very important concept, to bet $100 on the 175 because that makes the math easy. Either do that or maybe $50 and divide everything by 2. But I'm going to explain it with $100 and you'll see why. So say I bet $100 on that 175, right? I'm going to win $175 if that bet wins, and I'll be out a total of $275. All right, so same concept as before. Now all that I need to do is bet between $150 and $175 on the other side, depending on how I want to weight this bet for an arbitrage bet. So let's look at both examples. So if I bet, let's say just 150 on this side, I would win. I would win $100 if that side won for a total out of 250. So in this case, I'm betting totally towards the underdog, but I'm not going to lose a thing if the favorite wins, because in total into this bet, let me change colors here. In total into this bet, I'm $250. And if that favorite wins, I'm $250 out. I haven't lost a thing. I get my money back. If the underdog wins, I'm up $25. All right. Now let's do it the other way. So once again, we start with $100 on that plus. So that $100 on the plus, and then I'm betting between 150 and 175. What if I want to weight this completely towards the favorite? So I'm going to put, oh, still blue. Let's change that. So instead, what if I put 175? Go completely the other direction. And in this scenario, I'm going to actually use a calculator to check myself on this one, because it's not quite as obvious math. But you'll see kind of that trick works. So you'd be out a total of $291. So you'd have $175, and then you'd win $116 and 67 cents, just to be exact. So total out, you would be $291. And on this side, once again, you'd win $175, and you'd be up $275. So in this scenario, you are in, let's go back to my blue, you're in $275. And if the underdog wins, you're going to be up $275, not lose a thing. And if the favorite wins, you're going to be up $291. So profit of, what is that, $16? Not bad. So oftentimes the ARBs are bigger than this, but with this simple math, you can kind of take advantage of it and kind of know how much to bet on both sides. If you want to change, like I said before, your bet amount to like $50, you just have to do the same math divided by 2. So, of course, we're blue again. So if you bet 50 on this side, instead of betting between $150 and $175, you're going to bet between $75 and then whatever half of 175 is, 87.5. So if you want to weight it completely towards this one, you do the full, I mean, I would never do $87. I do either 85 or 90. But you could do 85 on this side, and we can kind of look what that looks like. So obviously that's the simple math, but I want to give you exactly what that turns out to be. So on a 175, if you bet $50, you'll be up $87.50 for a total up of $137.50. And then if you bet $85 on that other side, so on a minus 150, and I'm using the calculator on OddsPotato to kind of show me how that math works out. Okay. If I bet $85, I'd be up 56 for a total out of 141.67. Let's be exact. And so you can kind of see that I'm in $135 and either out $137.50 or $141.67. So it's a profit either way. Once again, ARBs are oftentimes a higher percentage than this. And so with $50 and $80, you'll be able to make more than just $2 or $6. But it's also free money. And the sports books think you're just sports betting. You get rewards out of it. And you get that money back pretty quickly. And so the investment is kind of it's a pretty dang quick return on investment. But I would recommend utilizing this math for kind of quickly figuring out what in the world you're going to bet on both sides, and also how to see if an arbitrage bet is an arbitrage bet. And so if you're looking at two different sides of a bet, you know that a plus 160 minus 140, you're like, oh, those are two separate sides. Boom, that's an arbitrage bet. If you see it the other way, if you see a minus 160 plus 140, you're like, nope, that must have changed. And you can go back to the live arbitrage list and look for another one. I hope this helps. This makes it pretty simple, and it makes it quick to live arb. Let me know if you have any questions, info@oddspotato.com, or you can text the number that's on our support page. So thanks for watching. Have a good rest of your night. or day or whenever you're watching this.